Hey guys, it's Tracy here at Country Charm by Tracy. I'm so glad that you're here today. Hey guys, it's a mystery box challenge time. So I'm so excited to open this box with you and share what I have to craft with this month. So if this is the first time that you're clicking on my video or you're wondering what is she talking about, guys, this is founded by Courtney of Creative on the Cheap here on YouTube. And so she gets several of us YouTubers together. It's been going on over 5 years, and we have tons and tons of fun with that, and our community seems to love it as well. So she has we get together every other month, and so she does have like a guest host or a hostess that will come up with a theme. And so I'm going to tell you about that a little bit and tell you about my box and all that kind of thing. So as I say, Courtney is the founder of the Mystery Box Challenge, and so my box, who I was assigned, is Whitney of Whiskey and Wit. So I'm going to open this box up and see what sweet Whitney sent to me. She always sends me fun things to craft with. And so then my box went over to Jamie, who is the crafty DIY guy. And so excited to work with him again and send him a box. All right, guys. Now, for this month, the hostess for this theme is Lisa, who is Dollar Mom. I love her. And so she gave us an assignment. And so for this theme, it's for the home. And so each one of us are assigned a room. And so I am assigned bathroom. So I'm kind of curious to see what I'm going to have to be working with here. I can also pull things from my stash. Also, I wanted to mention that there will be a playlist link in the description box below that will take you to all the videos, so you don't have to go searching and that kind of thing, as well as I will link the playlist at the end of the video. So all you have to do is click on it and you will find the Mystery Box playlist for April 2026 just right there at your fingertips. So let's see what's in this box. We have a card here. Okay, it says, "Dear Tracy, happy Mystery Box Day. I'm always in awe of what you whip up, so I can't wait to watch. Enjoy, Whitney." Thank you, Whitney. Cute card. All right, let's go ahead and see what's in this box. All right, so let me tell you really quick. Let me pull this up here. So this is for the home. That's our theme. And so we were assigned different categories. I'll put the kind of like the little picture clip art there on the screen. Right. So we had some categories that we had to shop for. The first was paper. So she sent me this construction paper, all the colors in there. How fun is that? Second is floral. And so she sent me these beautiful yellow roses. How cute. 3 is wood. And so she sent me this cutting board. 4 is a fabric, so I have this fun fabric to work with. And then the next 4 are Cinder's Choice. So let's see, 5, she sent me these stamps. Oh my goodness, how fun. Oops, how fun is that? The next one is this round mirror. Hi, YouTube. The next one is another Cinder's Choice. So she sent me this big old thing of jute. Oh, thank you, girl. You know the way to my heart, I tell you. Then the next one is this fun box. Looks like a book. Girl, you just rock it all the time. Anyway, and then we have a couple of challenge items. And so we had to send, or we have an item from the hardware aisle. So I'm going to open up my challenge items now. Okay, all right, look at there. We have a trowel or a little shovel. How fun is that? So that is from the hardware aisle. And then I have to craft with that. Then this is from the bathroom aisle. So each of us were assigned a room, for this round of the mystery box. And so my room is bathroom. So all of the crafts or creations that I create have to be for the bathroom. And so she sent me these fun premium round little, facial things. So, oh goodness, Whitney, you did great. Thank you so very much. All right, guys, let me get my thingy cap on. And I'm going to be creating some crafts and DIYs with these items. This first project is using several of the items that were in my mystery mystery box, including these flowers. Now, these are actually tulips. At first, I thought they were roses, but they're actually tulips. I'm just going to be upcycling a jar. I think it was like from spaghetti sauce or something like that. And to give it that clean look that I'm going for, I'm just putting in some white rocks that I got from the Dollar Tree, and then just putting in the florals there. Now I'm adding some things from my stash. I pulled out some lavender as well as some greenery, and going to be arranging that here in this jar just like this. Just so perfect for the spring and early summer season. Now I'm also using some of the paper from the construction paper pack and one of those stamps. I pulled out the colors that I wanted, trimmed that down. I'm going to be putting like a banner or a little sash or something, whatever you call it, across the jar. And so I took the stamp and some purple ink and just stamped those. It's kind of like berries. Perfect. The little note on there in my box said that Whitney had found these at a Goodwill or something, and she thought of me, and they were absolutely perfect. You know my style so well, sweet friend. Anyway, so I pulled out my Cuttlebug, guys, and an embossing folder because I just didn't want a plain white piece of construction paper. And so, yep, I'm going old school here, and the embossing folder is Victoria. And so then I'm just using my adhesive tape glider here. It's just a double-sided tape. And so I'm just layering that on there. And then I'll just wrap that around my jar to give me the look that I want. So again, going old school here, I pulled out my Martha Stewart button punch. Yes, guys. And so then I had like a little flower punch as well. And so, punches, it just kind of took me back. And I just love working with all of these fun tools and gadgets to really make my project complete. So for the little fabric, I just had some purple and white gingham that I just tore a strip of, and then using some of the jute from the box, I just made a bow, tied all that together, and hung it on the side of the jar, and it is complete. And I absolutely love how this turned out. I just love the yellow tulips and the lavender and the greenery. It just really just makes this project pop, and just looks so clean and precious in my home. This project is using the mirror, and I'm going to turn it into a stand. And so I'm just taking off all the back, just unscrewed everything, and then separated the backer front and the mirror, put the mirror to the side, and then just added some jute, just twisting that around just different sections of the frame. Little short sections worked really good, and I just used my Titebond Thick and Quick white tacky glue to help me with that. And then that's how that looks there. So then for the backer, I'm just using some scrapbook paper, and this kind of has like a crackle look to it. So I'm just going to be adhering that with the Mod Podge heat transfer method. Just let that dry, then put my paper on there, then use a piece of parchment paper and my Cricut mini heat press. Then that just kind of heats that up and sticks that paper there to my back paper there. So then I just put everything together. And then for the little stand, I just have these little mushrooms. That's what I'm calling them. And I just gave it some stain with my Waverly Antique Wax. And then I just glued those to the bottom of the stand. I just added some thicker jute around the kind of like on the inside, just using my Titebond Thick and Quick that adheres very, very well. And I got that thicker jute over at Hobby Lobby in the macrame section. So then here I'm just adding the little wood pieces to the bottom, just using my stick fast glue. I just get that off of Amazon, and I recently been asked which one I use. I use the thick, and I'll have a link for that in the description box below. Next project is using the book box, and I just gave it a couple of coats of plaster chalk paint, let that dry. Then for the edges, I'm using Stormy Seas. This is like a really dark, kind of like charcoal gray, just using a stipple brush to go around the edges of it because it's going to tie in my little print perfectly. The print I found online somewhere, I just searched some bath prints, and so I just printed it off and just ripping around the edges, then just using my little gray ink around the edges just to tie everything in together. Then just adhere that just with Mod Podge on the front of the book. Then I'm going to tie some fabric around the top of it as well as some jute. I go back and do add a strip of fabric on the pages of the book because I felt that that really kind of tied everything together. Then I'm going to be adding some black tacks to kind of like the corners of like where the pages are. That just kind of like ties everything in together. And then for picture purposes, I just stuck a just a sprig of lavender just through the back of it, and it just kind of ties everything together here with my lavender bathroom theme that I have going on here. This project is using the wooden cutting board. I would go ahead and gave it a stain. My favorite way is antique wax. Put that on there and then just wipe that off either with a baby wipe or just with a paper towel. Now, I wanted to put kind of like a metal bucket on my board, but I wanted it to have a rusty look. So I'm just using the cinnamon and just Mod Podge method. I did add some brown paint on there, but then I remembered, oh, cinnamon and Mod Podge, that gives a great rusty look to your metal little projects. All right, so then I just filled it with some styrofoam and then just added in some lavender, some greenery, and all of that good stuff. Now I attached my metal bucket to my board just with some staples. I had some longer staples that, you know, they wouldn't go through the back, and then also glue and that kind of thing. And it holds up very well. And so I do get questions about how do I attach my little metal buckets to my boards. And so that's how I do it. I just filled it with lavender and greenery and then just different flowers that I had on hand. I added a fabric bow as well as a jute bow to the side. I also added a jute bow to the top. I really feel that it just tied everything together, and added this sweet little tag that I just created just with some stamps and just black ink. Added that to the side of the little arrangement here, and I absolutely think it's perfect for a little garden or a little bathroom that is just like I said, I just have a little lavender theme that I have going on here, and I hope that you are inspired. Next project is using the facial pads. Now, this is one of my challenge items that I had to create a project with. And so instead of just sticking them in a jar for my bathroom theme here, I decided to make some little white flowers out of them, just like that. So I just took the pad, folded in half, then folded in half again. Then I glued 4 of those together just on a little dowel that I had, a little dowel stick that I had on hand. And so I know it's not the most creative thing, but it actually ties everything in together with my little lavender flower theme that I have going on here. And so I just pulled out some faux lavender, some white flowers, greenery. And so I just bunched them all together. First, I was going to put them in like a little mini jar. But I decided to add a bow to it and just kind of have it lay like on the tray, that kind of thing, like with a little candle, that kind of thing. And so I just used some burlap and some of that jute and all of that. But to bundle all of my little stuff together, I just used rubber bands. And that just, you know, it's one of those hidden treasures that we have in our craft room, that it's like a crafting supply. It's like, oh yeah, what can I put this together? Yeah, let's just use some rubber bands. And I just covered up those rubber bands just with some burlap. This project is from the box and it's my challenge item, the one that is from the hardware store. So I have a little shovel here and gave it a couple of coats of chalk paint in plaster. Then I am going to be adhering some rub-on transfers here. Now these are beautiful little transfers that I got from Amazon. I will try to see if I can find them, and if so, I will link them in the description box below. So I just kind of pieced it all together, and I actually went up the handle of the little shovel and just added in some florals at the top, a cute bow, and I absolutely love this. I'm not sure which project is my favorite, but I think that these are perfect for little bathrooms or gardens, or just to decorate just bring a sense of just stillness and sweetness to any room in your home. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll have a link to the mystery box playlist for April 2026 here at the end of the video. Thank you, Courtney, for including me in this lineup. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. God bless you, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.